Alright, today I want to show you how to train new fonts into the software. Now, one thing that we want to make sure that you take one care of look in the actual characters, we want to make sure that we do have white space in between the characters. That is a #1 rule of OCR reading. If you have space in between the characters, as shown here, there's a good chance that this system will be able to read it. There's a very wide range of different fonts that we can use, such as the Arial fonts, OCR fonts, and what we're going to do today is Courier font, the Courier New. Now, like I said before, if it has spacing in between it, we will most likely be able to read it. If the characters are very, very close, there are ways of getting around it, such as the morphology tool to erode and dilute some of the images, so we could actually erode a little bit to try and make some white space. But like I said, if there's no white space and the characters do touch, the camera system will have a hard time differentiating one character from the other. So we must be able to view some small amount of white space in between the characters. So to train this Courier New font, the first thing that we need to do is actually create a Courier New bitmap. By going into the Paint program, we can go ahead and set up a Courier New font, and we can type out 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 in that order, and we can save this as a bitmap. Go ahead and hit the Save As button. We're going to save it as a Courier New font, and we are going to make sure that it is a bitmap. Alright, once you save it, we have our picture saved. We can close that and go back into our program here. We go to the Fonts tab right here. Once we take it out of Live Read. And you can see we do not have Courier New, so we need to train the font. The set here, that is if we have alphanumeric and numeric. This particular font, we do not need the alphanumeric, and we're just training it for numeric. So we only need one set. It would be 2 sets if we were adding in the alphanumeric as well. By hitting the new, and that would add a second set. The ID, we are going to name alphanumerics with an A and the numerics with a lowercase d. So we will put the lowercase d to icon that we are reading a digit. The symbols itself, that is what's the range that we're reading. We're going from 0 to 9. By telling it that, we are now reading it from 0 through 9. You should be all set with that page. We can go ahead and hit the train image. That's going to ask us to find our bitmap that we created. Here is the Courier New bitmap that we created. We're going to go ahead and open that up, and we're going to hit OK. Now it's going to ask us to value it. Basically, what would you like to name it? Courier New. Once it's named, you're going to see it. It's going to generate itself over here in the Fonts tab. Once you've done this once, you will not have to do this again. This is saved in your program for every time use. We're going to go ahead and close this program and go back into our Live Read now. And as you can see, we are in fact reading that barcode, or the OCR. So you should have no issues. It does not matter for sizing of the font. Now, with us being able to do that, we are taking that image and we're saying that the image actually looks like this according to the font that you gave us. Once that's all said and done, you have a nice trained 0013 font.